beautiful for spacious skies, for amber waves of grain, for purple mountain majesties above the fruited plain. America, America, God shed his grace on thee, and crown thy good with brotherhood from sea to shining sea.
You know it's serious when Whoopi Goldberg isn't smiling. The lights are dimmer than usual, the chatter is gone, and there she sits blinking rapidly, lips tight, hands shaking slightly as she grips the edge of the courtroom table. This isn't The View, this isn't scripted TV, this is real life, and it's unraveling faster than anyone at ABC ever imagined, because the woman staring her down from across the courtroom, it's none other than Carrie Underwood. Yes, that Carrie Underwood, country music legend, Grammy winner and now media accountability warrior. She didn't come with a mic this time, she came with receipts and an $800 million defamation lawsuit aimed squarely at Whoopi Goldberg, Joy Behar, Sunny host, and the very network that gave them their platform, ABC. It started with a snide remark, it ended in court, and now Whoopi is breaking down while Carrie calmly watches it all unfold. Buckle up, this isn't just a fight over words, it's a cultural reckoning. Smash that like button, subscribe to stay in the loop, because what you're about to hear, it's going to change daytime TV forever. Let's get into it. It all began with what should have been a simple performance, a song, a stage, and a moment of unity. Carrie Underwood, a country music icon beloved by millions, was invited to sing at Donald Trump's second inauguration celebration. She accepted. For Carrie, it wasn't about party lines or personal endorsements, it was about doing what she always does, using her voice to bring people together no matter who they voted for. Hero, beautiful for spacious skies, for amber waves of grain, for purple mountain mesties above the fruited plain. Music, America plus America, God shed his grace on thee and crown my good with brotherhood from sea to shining sea. Music. But when the cameras rolled the next morning on The View, all hell broke loose. Joy Behar kicked things off with that signature sneer of hers. Carrie Underwood, she said, tossing her hands in the air like she was throwing away trash, is either clueless or complicit. The audience gave a mixed reaction, some clapped, others gasped. But that didn't stop the panel. She says, I love our country. How do you love your country and support and normalize somebody who is a convicted felon, who really wants to destroy the country? Sunny Holston leaned forward, her eyes sharp as ever, and delivered her own punch. Let's call it what it is. Carrie aligning herself with that administration. That's not unity, that's aligning with hate. And then came Whoopi Goldberg with a smirk that screamed, watch me go viral. Whoopi leaned into the mic and said, oh, Carrie must think this is just another country song, sweetie. This isn't a love ballad, it's a political disaster. Laughter erupted from the studio audience. Even the stage crew chuckled. The segment rolled on, the panel shifted topics. Carrie's name disappeared from the teleprompter, but backstage in Carrie's world, the damage had been done. Carrie didn't respond the way most celebrities do. She didn't tweet out a sarcastic comment. She didn't hop on TikTok with tears in her eyes. She didn't even post a black and white selfie with a dramatic caption. What she did do, she picked up the phone and dialed her lawyers. According to sources close to Carrie, she was stunned by the personal attacks. This wasn't political critique, it was character assassination disguised as TV banter. It wasn't just what they said, it was how they said it. The smirks, the mockery, the setup. Joy, I can't sing a lick, but I certainly am. I have not been asked, but if I were asked it would be a hard no. Well, they wouldn't ask me, so I have no. Harry, she was done letting it slide. Just weeks after that infamous episode aired, Carrie Underwood filed what quickly became one of the most talked about lawsuits in recent television history. The total, a jaw-dropping $800 million. The defendants, Whoopi Goldberg, Joy Behar, Sunny Holland, and yes, ABC itself. The accusation, clear-cut defamation, strategic media bullying, and an orchestrated attempt to tear down a woman who simply sang a song at a political event. Her legal team, ruthless, they came armed with evidence that would make any PR rep's stomach drop. They had the full transcript of the segment, they had behind-scenes production notes, they had internal emails with subject lines like, use Carrie to stir outrage. One producer allegedly wrote, we need a spark tomorrow, let Joy poke the patriotism angle, Whoopi can land the final jab. And just like that, it all began to unravel. Carr's lawsuit revealed that this wasn't a slip of the tongue, it wasn't spontaneous outrage. It was planned, coordinated package for ratings. And it caused Carrie in the weeks following that segment she lost a major endorsement deal, with a health brand a performance slot at an awards show was mysteriously pulled, and behind the scenes there were whispers that Carrie had become too controversial, but instead of shrinking, Carrie stood taller in her official statement to the press. She didn't mince words. This is not about party politics. This is about professional respect. It is unacceptable for any woman, regardless of her views, to be dragged, mocked, and targeted on live television for doing her job. The View, they didn't issue an apology. They didn't even acknowledge the lawsuit. At first they smirked, they joked, they underestimated Carrie. Now they're not laughing as the lawsuit gained steam. Headlines exploded. Carrie Underwood sues The View for $800 million. View hosts under fire for targeted character attack inside the lawsuit that could change daytime TV forever. And Carrie, she stayed calm. She didn't jump into interviews or throw shade. She let the legal documents speak louder than any tweet ever could. The message was clear. This wasn't just about Carrie. This was about the culture, the cruelty, the careless power wielded by some of TV's biggest voices. And now that power is being challenged. One lawsuit at a time. Underwood will take the stage at Trump's inauguration singing "America the Beautiful." She said to the Post, "I love our country, and I'm honored to have been asked to sing at the inauguration, and to be a small part of this historic event. I am humbled to answer the call at a time when we must all come together in the spirit of unity and looking to the future." Well, that wasn't good enough for the tolerant left, of course, who is outraged over Carrie being outed as Mega X is blowing up with jokes about how she should sing her hit song before he cheats. Some are calling for her to be boycotted and canceled. John Rich weighed in, saying, "There are several top-tier country artists who support Trump, and I wish they'd finally have the balls to come forward and be counted. Ain't nothing outlaw about keeping your mouth shut to appease the record label. Carrie Underwood is making you look like a bunch of boys. Is talented, she is graceful, she is a class act, she has great legs. Not that it matters, but she is everything that the tolerant left is not." The first day in court didn't just feel like a movie, it felt like the movie. Think high-stakes drama, media frenzy outside the courthouse, camera flashes exploding like fireworks, and a line of spectators wrapped around the block just hoping to catch a glimpse of what many are already calling the media trial of the decade. Carrie Underwood arrived first. No red carpet, no glamorous entourage, just a navy blue power suit, her blonde hair pulled into a sleek ponytail, and a quiet resolve that practically screamed, "I'm here to win." She didn't wave to reporters, she didn't smile for the cameras, she just walked calm, cool, and with the kind of grace you'd expect from someone who's been dragged through the mud and come out cleaner than ever. Then came Whoopi Goldberg. The contrast was glaring. Draped in an oversized black coat and dark sunglasses, Whoopi stepped out of her vehicle with clenched lips and a stiff posture. Gone was the breezy talk show queen. In her place, a woman staring down the barrel of a legal nightmare, her trademark smirk nowhere in sight. Zero jokes, zero eye contact, just tension inside the courtroom. The drama intensified. Carrie sat silently at the plaintiff's table, occasionally whispering to her attorneys. Whoopi across the room fidgeted nervously, avoiding glances, her fingers clenching the armrest like it was a life preserver. Car's legal team didn't waste a second. They kicked things off with a damning sequence of video clips. The jury watched as Joy Behar mocked Carrie's patriotism, Sunny Hostin sneered at her morality, and Whoopi laughed at her intelligence and faith. "So I get why she did it. I say, I mean, right, it's country music. I'll tell you right now, I wouldn't do it even though I can't sing. No, I would not normalize him." And she says, "I love our country." How do you love your country and support and normalize somebody who is a convicted felon who really wants to destroy the country? In my opinion, I don't understand how you say you love your country at the same time as you normalize this convicted felon, which I can say now every day. A lot of my family voted for Trump. They love the country and vote for him. I think that people make these decisions for a lot of reason. Okay, fine, and I would not be the person to say, don't do it, 'cause I believe in free speech and everything about it. I personally would not do it. No one's asked me, but that's another story. The jury cringed, the judge frowned. Then came the real bombshells: emails, call logs, and internal memos straight from ABC staff. One email from a producer read, "Carrie's segment tomorrow. Let Joy push hard on patriotism. Whoopi can finish with something scathing." Another, "She's sensitive," hit the Trump note guaranteed fluster. The courtroom was already tense, but what came next? Nuclear. A voice memo played aloud, crystal clear. Whoopi's voice recorded off air during rehearsal. "Let's stir the pot. I want this one rattled. She's not going to cry, but I bet she folds." The silence was deafening. Reporters scribbled notes like mad. Cameras outside started buzzing. Whoopi